All right. All right. So, guys, as always, excited for this call. I told you in the harvest that we're going to continue to bring in more tactical trainings, right? Outside of mindset coaching, outside of, the calls that I run, the speakers on motivation, you name it. One thing I want to get better at, as I always continue to try and see how I can bring more value to you guys, and just make it simple for you guys to execute and 10x your business. We're going to always focus on bringing in more tactical trainings of resources that we all have so you can understand how to use them and how to grow your business and brand. And, today is definitely one of those tactical calls. So where we're bringing in, as always, people that are elite in the space, not just people that are, just starting or whatever. Like, these are high level people. And I want to make sure that you guys always know that I seek people out. I vet them to make sure that we bring in the best so you guys can learn from the best and turn decades into days when you take action on this. So today we're going to dive into YouTube. A brief introduction. Give me 1 second here. I had it up. All right. So I was introduced to Scott, excuse me, from a friend of mine, Bobby Jones, who at one point I'm going to have him come in and speak. He's an incredible speaker, an incredible story. He has a big roofing company. He's got an awesome personal brand, which is what I want you guys all to continue to focus on. But he introduced me. He introduced me to Scott, and I just want to give you guys a quick breakdown. Today's call, if you haven't seen the topic, just so you guys are clear on exactly what information that you're going to get today, how to create a YouTube channel that will drive you leads immediately. Our speaker, as a full-time content creator with over 400,000 followers and the CEO of Graffiti Media, hopefully I said that right, Scott Simson,
Yep.
is recognized as a YouTube and video marketing expert. He is responsible for helping generate hundreds of millions of views and millions of dollars in revenue, both personally and for his clients. Scott worked with big brands such as Amazon, Heb, Mattel, VTech, and many others. He also has been featured on CBS, Money Watch, San Francisco Chronicle, the New York Daily News, and the Boston Globe. So as always, guys, you know that there's track record here. Man, Scott, welcome to the Harvest, brother. As always, I share with you my family in here. We're all walks of life in business, business owners, salespeople, people trying to build personal brands. Shit, we even got content creators in here. We got copywriting entrepreneurs in here, you name it. So I know that this will definitely be helpful for them to grow their business. And I'm excited to have you, my brother. Welcome to the Harvest.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And it's great to interact with all of you guys. Hopefully we get to know each other a little bit more. So very cool. Can I share my screen? I good to go?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Hold on, multiple. All right, let me make sure I got that right. You should be good to go now.
All right. Yep, here we go. All right, you guys. So I prepped this presentation a couple years ago, and I just keep enhancing it every year because our people, the people that I give it to generally find it very valuable. Basically, what I'm teaching is how to create a YouTube channel or YouTube presence that will drive leads relatively quickly. Our fastest YouTube channel has seen sales within the first day of launching videos on a brand new YouTube channel. And so if you do these things right, then you can start to see growth and traction uh, relatively quickly as well. So first thing that I like to first thing that I like to talk about, one of my core values is effective teacher must also be a doer. Everything that I teach is stuff that I am actively doing on YouTube, actively creating. I'm building YouTube content, testing content every single day. And so the things that I teach come from personal experience. It doesn't come from reading somebody else's book. It doesn't come from watching somebody else's YouTube channel. I've built a multi-six-figure YouTube channel myself in revenue, also in subscribers. This is our biggest channel, 350,000 subscribers. This is in the family space, and I know some of you guys might be like, "Well, what does the family space have to do with business?" I'll get to that here in just a few minutes. We've had a tremendous success on our YouTube channels, and I was actually a full-time YouTuber from 2017 to 2019, and just working off of brand deals and affiliates and course creation, all sorts of things that we integrated into this channel. So I've got 10 years of experience on YouTube, and all of it's come from actually building out my own stuff. I'm also an author. My wife and I have written a couple of books. Um, those have done really well, which led to kind of a speaking business. I've traveled all over the place speaking, and I even have a conference in Dallas called Video Marketing World. Actually, next year we've done Video Marketing World for 5 years. Next year we're pivoting to AI Marketing World. So it's all going to be about how to use artificial intelligence to market your business. I own a company called Graffiti Media, which is a consultancy. It's a YouTube consultancy and done for you agency. We just build YouTube channels out for our clients, and we've worked with some of the biggest brands in the world: VTech, HEB, Amazon. Um, Devin listed them all off, so I don't need to list them all off again. But you guys get the picture. I'm a doer. I'm not just a talker, and I think that's really important to know where the information is coming from for you guys. This is our conference. We've had really good turnout. COVID kind of kicked our butts, but we rebounded from COVID and have had great success from the conference. All business owners that come in and meet and learn how to use social media to grow their business. Video. These are some of the people I've worked with. This is Russell Brunson. Some of you guys might know him from ClickFunnels. He's a CEO. Actually, I'm going to come back to this thumbnail. This is a thumbnail we did for him on YouTube. I'm going to come back to it here in a little bit. I'm going to tell you something that we did to enhance it. It's kind of a little bit of a hack that you guys can take and incorporate into your YouTube thumbnails as you're growing your YouTube channels. And yeah, this one ended up resulting in a lot of views for Russell, just with one simple little trick that we used. Here's me and Cuban. He was our keynote speaker during COVID. Again, not to pat me on the back. I just want to show you guys again that this is coming from the information is coming from somebody who's a doer, actively doing.
Damn, Mark Cuban, brother.
Yeah, Cuban. Yeah. What's funny is we've worked with I've worked with Cuban on a bunch of his Shark Tank clients and helping them create their social content strategies. And he agreed to come and he agreed to jump on a Zoom, do our virtual summit. This is Cassie Ho. Some of the ladies in the audience, maybe some of the guys in the audience too, might know who she is. She runs a massive YouTube empire called Blogilates. She's got products in Target, and I mean, she's huge, mega millionaire, huge company that she built all in the back of YouTube. Here's Tim Ballard from Operation Underground Railroad. We helped blow up OUR. These guys fight human trafficking, and we helped blow up their YouTube channel. They're amazing. Here's Dean Graziosi. This is another one of our clients. We helped him blow up his YouTube channel. You guys might have seen him with Tony Robbins. He does a lot of stuff with Tony Robbins, but he's huge in the digital marketing space. And then this is Jordan Page. She's in Fun Cheap or Free. She's another huge influencer. Again, very successful. Built her brand off of YouTube. And here's some of our success. Again, not to pat us on the back, just showing you guys we have experience. 32 million views, 24 million views, 6.6 million views. I just did a video with my daughter last week that's got 16 million views now. So we're actively learning. Here's the big thing, you guys. None of these people that I just showed you are influencers. These aren't the people who are doing the TikTok dances. These aren't the folks who are doing the trends, being obnoxious in public. These are folks who are business owners who want to use social media to grow their business. So any one of these folks that I just showed you, these are all people, even Cuban, these are all folks that you can aspire to become. These are all folks that are just using social, well, maybe not Cuban, but everybody else is using social media to grow their business, and they're absolutely destroying it, building multi-million-dollar businesses and really just crushing it online. But they're not influencers. They're business owners first. So in this presentation, there's a few things I'm gonna talk to you about. Number one, why YouTube is the best marketing opportunity in history. I've got some interesting things to show you about just YouTube in general. Number two, how to get your recording done in 15 minutes. done in 15 minutes or less. I'm going to show you for realsies. I'm going to show you some of our people that we've worked with that are literally recording their videos using a software and then not editing, posting their content, building multi hundreds of thousands of subscriber channels. And they do this every day, 15 minutes, and just bang it out and crush it on social media. Number three, why you don't have to spend money to buy spend money on equipment that your spouse will resent you for buying. Any tech nerds in here who are just like, I gotta have the latest and the greatest. I swear, like if a new camera comes out, I'm like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. And I just keep spending money. Uh, much to my wife's delight. Luckily, it's a write-off. But you don't need to do that. So I'm going to show you how you can get started like immediately. Show you some folks that are crushing it just with their cell phones. And then how to come up with content ideas that will convert into leads and get views. Bottom line, you guys, it's about getting leads, right? For business owners, I don't know what everybody does in this group. I see somebody who's an insurance agency, it looks like. Um, ideation is key. Ideation is key to getting views that convert into leads. And bottom line, if you're not getting leads, then what's the point of doing social media? I mean, you can build a personal brand, but like great, awesome. If you're not getting any leads, it doesn't matter. So we're focused on lead generation. Okay, why video? So I always keep this graphic in here. I think it's hilarious. I pulled this in 2019. Online video will make up 80% of online traffic by 2020. Little did the person who created this know we're going to have a worldwide pandemic and everybody's going to be spending all of their time on social media watching videos. If you see the graphs from 2019 to 2020, it was like everybody was watching video in 2020. So right now, video makes up a huge portion of what people are doing online. I mean, I spend time on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of the social medias, and videos is a massive portion of what I consume online. May make me sound like a social media junkie, but it's okay because that's my business. At least that's what I tell my wife. So why video? It's the most popular form of content. It's easiest to retain. It's the most sought after to learn about products. I mean, if you guys go to Amazon and watch product videos, product review videos before you make a big purchase, I know I do. Increases conversions on landing page with videos, increases organic traffic to your website. Customers want it. Awkward people can do it. In fact, you look at somebody like Mr. Beast, right? He's got the biggest YouTube channel in the world. That dude is weird. Like he's just awkward. He's not like a typical person that you'd hang out with in high school. He's a sociopath, self-proclaimed sociopath, and and he crushes it on social media because he's endearing. It's endearing. His personality is endearing. So more awkward you are, sometimes the more endearing you can be on social media. YouTube should be the center of your content marketing strategy. And the reason that it should be the center of your content marketing strategy is because it's the only social media, it's the best social media platform that is a search engine first, right? You go to YouTube looking for a video, search it in the search bar. How do I change my tires? Search it in the search bar. And you can find videos that are 6 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. Uh, every other social media platform is timeline oriented first, and it's here today, gone tomorrow content, right? You make a post on Facebook or LinkedIn. Heaven forbid, man, LinkedIn is crazy. You make a post today, and it's like near impossible to find tomorrow, because LinkedIn UI is all jacked up for video creators or for creators in general. But all these platforms, I guess I should swap out that Twitter one, X. All of these platforms are timeline oriented. You have to constantly be feeding the beast, and every single day if you want to stay relevant. Or with YouTube, I'm going to show you here in just a minute. One of our old clients, where she posted for like 4 or 5 months, and then stopped posting, and YouTube they keep showing her content. They keep blowing up her content because the content remains evergreen and it's search oriented. So you can have content, you can make a piece of content today that gets views for the next 10 years and drives leads for the next 10 years. You can't do that on Facebook. You can't do that on Instagram. Can't do that on X, on TikTok. YouTube is the GOAT when it comes to search based. So I always say you make YouTube the center of your content marketing strategy so that you can take advantage of that search engine. All right. So more reasons why YouTube. People want community. It's really easy to form a community based around your content, based around what people are interested in. Content can remain evergreen. Like I said, content is cataloged. It's easier to find. Many different streams of income. We'll get into some of those here in a few minutes. You can get ad revenue, affiliate revenue, uh, membership revenue. I mean, it's crazy how many streams of income you can turn on just by taking advantage of YouTube. It's a search engine and it also feeds Google. This is a huge plus for business owners. Check this out. So these are Twin Home experts. These were some of our clients. When we first started working with them, they had 13,000 subscribers, and we created a video called "Tankless versus Tank Water Heater," and we posted it, and then within a couple of days, it started ranking on Google. Here is if you search "Tankless versus Tank Water Heater," the video pops up right here. You can see this is about, I don't know, in the top third of the search results on YouTube. So above a lot of like these blogs and everything else, the videos start to pop up. So here's their video right here. Um, and you can see here 176,000 views on that bad boy, uh, from mostly from Google, feeding Google. So YouTube and Google, both owned by Alphabet. Everybody knows that. And YouTube or Google wants to sync the search results with YouTube because it's double dipping. They get advertising dollars from 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 YouTube, and so do you. And you also get the benefit of just having your content on Google. Um, and now these guys are actually they're over 450,000 subscribers now. They
That's the same company?
Yeah, same guys. Yeah, we just
Wow.
rebranded them, restructured them. I mean, yeah, we changed around their banner, did all sorts of cool stuff just to make them pop. Yeah, but these guys are crushing it. They're doing about $2.5 million a year in lead generation from YouTube alone. YouTube and Google, right? So their gets ranked, and then they get calls from all over the nation to come and fix the problems that they have. But yeah, they're crushing. Here's another one. If you search Houston chiropractor on Google, this guy pops up, Dr. Gregory Johnson. I mean, you can just see like Houston chiropractor, video. What's wild is like these. I don't know if I think this might be an ad. I'm not sure, but there might be a couple of links above this guy's videos, but they're all paid. What's cool about Dr. Gregory Johnson is he just makes YouTube videos. He gets ranked on gets ranked on the homepage of Google. Not only does he get clients and leads and the ranking placement, but he also makes money from the ads that are run on his YouTube channel. So while these guys are paying for their placement, they're paying for their ranking on Google. Dr. Gregory Johnson is getting paid for his ranking on Google. So he doesn't pay for ads, but he gets paid for the placement because he runs ads on his YouTube videos. That's the power of YouTube, you guys. That's why YouTube for business owners is so incredibly powerful. But here's the other thing. You don't see TikTok videos here. You don't see Instagram Reels here. You don't see LinkedIn video here. You see YouTube videos here. That's why it should be the center of your content marketing strategy. It's because it's synced with Google, and you can take advantage of both with the right titles and everything. Dr. Gregory Johnson, 550,000 subscribers. I mean, this guy's crushing it on YouTube, on social media. Here's another thing. Here are the twins again. It's not just Google, you guys. It's Bing too. Bing needs videos. They want video placements as well. So here's, excuse me. Uh, Social media, all of these search engines, they need to be synced with video. They need to have video placements in order to stay competitive. And so with Bing, like here are the twins again. Fastest way to get rats out of walls is what I searched. I think is what I searched. Get rats out of walls. Boom. Here's the twins video. Here's the twins video. Here's the twins video. Here's the twins video. Bing is showing YouTube videos as well. Just another reason. I don't know if anybody uses Bing, but just another reason for to be creating content on YouTube that has search engine optimized titles. Bottom line, search engines, they want your content. They need your content. And it works for local traffic as well. The plumbers, the twins, they're in Los Angeles. The majority of their business comes from people who are calling them in LA. They also get calls all over the nation that they will fly out to. They can just name a price basically. Yeah, it's gonna cost 30 grand. People are like, okay, just come solve my problem. And but it works for local traffic as well. All right. So here's a little example that I give. Now, this some people kind of say, "Hey, this is apples to oranges," but it illustrates the point. So the average person, if we take traditional marketing versus content creation, average person who's cold calling can make 64 cold calls a day. That's a full day. That's long. That's a long day. If you have a 3% close rate, which is average with a $100 product, that's $200 a day. You work 365 days a year. No vacations, holidays, weekends. 73K a year off a $100 product. Okay. Not too bad. Content creator, on the other hand, you spend one day, you make one video, gets 10 million views, you get a 1/10,000th% purchase rate. 1% in 10,000. It's 1,000 sales of a $100 product. It's $100,000 a year. If you get 10 million views a year. Now, a lot of people are like, 10 million views, it's a lot. It is a lot. But what if it's 20 videos that are 500,000 views? Or 50 videos, right? It's like, it's still, this content is working for you and it's continuing to get views. Our highest viewed video, I'm going to show you here in just a few minutes. Actually, I won't spoil it. I'll tease it. I'll tease it. And this purchase rate is actually, I'm going to show you one of our clients that has a higher purchase rate than one in 10,000th here in just a minute. But you guys get the idea. If you can get one video, if you can make one video, excuse me, guys, I'm coming back from being sick and I'm still got a lingering cough. You get the idea. If you can spend one day making one video that does really, really well, you can set yourself up for a long time of lead flow. Okay, here's ads versus organic. Facebook, you spend 3K on Facebook ads, you book 60 sales calls, you close 20%. It's 12 sales of $1,000 product. So you make $12,000 minus your $3,000 in spend, and that's 9K in net that you've made off of your Facebook ads. Problem is when your Facebook ads, when you stop paying for your Facebook ads, they're dead. Like you don't get any more views. Whereas if you get 120,000 views per month with the 1/10,000th% purchase rate, again, 12 sales, $1,000 product, $12,000 a month forever. Now, I mean, nothing is forever, but you get the idea. If you get just 120,000 views per month and you have 1/10,000th% purchase rate, you're going to make some, money. This is why, and the thing is, once you stop creating content, your views don't turn off. It's not like Facebook when you stop spending. Once you stop creating, your views keep going. All right. So how much would this change? How much would this change your life? It's life-changing stuff, Mark McGrath says. How much would this change your life? If you could set up a YouTube channel that had an automated lead flow, of course it would. Okay, so let's talk tactical. Pick your niche and title correctly. This is probably one of the biggest problems that I see. I audit a lot of YouTube channels. This is one of the biggest problems. And here's how I learned it. A number of years ago, I made a video on our channel called Sniff the Tooth. Why did I name that? I don't know. My daughter, her tooth fell out. She put it in one of those little tooth containers and she sniffed it. And I was like, hey, that'll be really interesting. Yeah, 453 people watched it, which is kind of weird, actually, if you think about it. What's the point of watching a video called Sniff the Tooth? Whereas I titled this video, How to Build Confidence, 3 Quick Tips, very clear value proposition, 56,000 views. Picking your niche and staying in your lane and titling correctly is crucial crucial to success on YouTube. Let me show you. Here's our typical strategy. So usually we'll have what's called our umbrella category, which is your big picture category. So if you're in insurance, it's insurance. Your umbrella category is insurance. Vertical, these sub verticals are different content subcategories that you would then create content under until you found something that pops off. So vertical one could be property and casualty. Vertical two could be life and health. Vertical three could be um, around why health insurance rates are rising, things that are happening in the news that could impact insurance rates. Vertical number four could be a car crash compilation where you talk about how much insurance is going to cause or how much damage was caused by a Mercedes crashing into an Audi, right? Like just interesting types of content that all fall under the umbrella category of insurance. So you create your umbrella category and then you have your sub verticals underneath that. And then after you have something that takes off, then you double down on the things that take off. It's very simple strategy. Here's a here's another example that we call this our title sheet, right? Really innovative. Basically, what we do is we'll take a category and we'll just break it down into all of the sub verticals. So this one is in the finance niche. So series number one, recession, how to make money in a recession, recession-proof stocks, recession-proof your business, what will happen to my job in a recession. Series number two, vertical number two, how to start your debt-free, how to start your debt-free journey, how to live debt-free during the crisis. What we're doing here is we're creating all of our ideas first, and then we're going and creating the content second. And all of the ideas that we put together in these types of title sheets are all research for competition. They're all we run them through a number of processes to try and figure out which videos we feel like will have the best opportunity for success. But we build all of this out ahead of time. We start with our ideation. That's the place where I'd say for all of you guys to start is your ideation. You want to start with the ideas. You want to come up with a list of 50 video topics that you can create content on, and then you just want to hammer those out. YouTube is it's a long game. It's a marathon. You got to start. You're not going to explode a video out of the gate. And I wouldn't recommend starting with shorts either, because shorts is throwaway content. People are watching shorts when they're trying to kill time, not when they're researching something. I say,
Scott, real quick
oh,
too, to make it
yep,
easy for people, like if you're like, all right, this is what I do. Well, man, how do I think of 20 topics around my business? And by the way, guys, this is for every square on this call, right? This is relevant. I can't say it enough to every single one of you. Whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you sell, because we are all selling something on this Zoom call right now, or whoever watches the recording. You can go on Chat GPT and be like, look, this is my profession. What are 25 talking points or 25 topics of this profession that people search, that people want to know about? And it will spit out. Brian, we had a guest speaker before. They talked about this. Answerthepublic.com. What are people searching about your profession? Guys, this is $1 million profit work right here that we're talking about on this call.
yep,
Right. So just to make it easy, so there's no excuses on why you can't start and put the left foot down first and start, continuing to take these steps, go on. Is that correct, Scott? I want to make sure. Like they can go on Chat GPT and start identifying topics that people talk about, right?
for sure. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you just want to have enough to say, I've got a year's worth of content.
Yep.
And then once you get a couple months in, you're going to start getting comments in your content where people are going to be like, hey, that was really good. What do you think about XYZ? Now you go and make a video on XYZ. And now you're not only building the community, but you're also talking about something that's relevant to a number of people who are following your content. So I always say just come up with 50 ideas, so that way you have a starting point, but you don't have to hold to those 50 ideas. You just want to make sure that you got enough ideas to make a YouTube channel viable, to make your content strategy viable. All right. Again, This is probably the easiest place to start. Go to Google, go to YouTube, type in how to, and I mean, then just let it auto populate how to, or what I need. I mean, and you can, what are people searching for in relation to your business? Let it auto populate, and YouTube will tell you, hey, these are the things that people are most interested in. These are most common search terms as related to your content vertical.
I just did it and it said, first one, how to train your dragon. A lot of people must have a
There you go.
dragon.
But I mean, you can like you can start like how to tie a tie, how to tie a bow tie, how to tie a interesting knot in your tie. Right. You could find probably you could come up with probably 50 different ideas on just how to tie ties in different ways. And YouTube will tell you exactly what people are searching for. Easiest way. You're one good idea away though. So here's a video that we did a number of years ago. It's got 32 million views, and it took me an hour to shoot, probably 90 minutes to edit, and then I posted it up on YouTube. And then after it took a little bit, and then after a few months, boom, it exploded. It was getting like a million views a day for couple of days, and we're just like, oh my gosh, this is like the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Now we've experienced that multiple times over, but this was our first like banger video, and it's the dumbest video like you could ever imagine. It's just a skit, right? Now, from a business owner perspective, had I been smart about this one when I created it, I would have had something that I was selling on the back end of this, because 32 million people is a lot of eyeballs on your content, regardless of whether this is a skit, a family skit, or something that's more directly related to business. Like if you get this amount of eyeballs, you're going to sell product. I'm going to talk about this thumbnail here in just a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you like on the back end, 32 million views ended up resulting in 34,000 bucks. Not a huge amount of money, but I mean, I don't know anybody who wouldn't be like, yeah, I don't want an additional $34,000 in revenue into my business. Um, it's a significant amount of money for a lot of people. This is the power of YouTube. Like you turn ads on, you become part of the partner program, you can make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars off of your content and have an additional stream of revenue coming into your business. And it's fun. I think that's kind of like the bottom line. It's like we get tired of selling widgets and services and all sorts of stuff. What if you can make a video and you get a million views and it makes 5 or 6 grand? Like that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so this is Roy Ponder. He's got a YouTube channel where he's a weather forecaster. He learned how to forecast the weather from home. He didn't go to school to become a meteorologist or anything like that. He's local here in Dallas, and he's one of like the most accurate weather forecasters in the city. Gets tens of thousands of views like on his stream every time there's a storm, everybody's like, well, what's Rolly got to say about it? Anyway, there's something that we did with his YouTube channel. I started working with him from zero, and there was something that we did with his YouTube channel. I'm going to show you guys. I was like, hey, Roy, who's your biggest competition? And he's like, the Weather Channel. I was like, oh yeah, duh. So I was like, okay, put in every single one of your videos, I want you to put the Weather Channel or Weather Channel. And so he started to do that. He put POW, POW, Ponder on Weather, POW Weather Channel, and and he started to outrank the Weather Channel with like 5,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So here's the Weather Channel. People type in Weather Channel into their search results, into their search bar, and then boom, here's Roy's video. Here's Roy's video. Here's the Weather Channel. Somebody else. Here's Roy's video. So Roy started outranking the Weather Channel just by using the keywords, or using the right keywords. Again, this is the power of YouTube, you guys. Now here's Roy. He's got over 200,000 subscribers. You can see he says here his AdSense is 18K a month. About 12 to 18K a month. It's $1,200 per sponsored video. This is another stream of income. $2,000 a month on affiliates, another stream of income. And then he's got Facebook sponsors as well, 13 Facebook sponsors, $300 to $500 a month. These are all streams of income that can be derived from being influential, from having a YouTube channel, from having a social media presence. He's got three different streams of income that are working for him, not including his business where he's selling whole house generators and lightning rods and things like that. Roy's he's crushing it just with I mean in the grand scheme of things, like it's not even a huge channel. 200,000, it's big, but it's not a massive channel. And he's pulling in $400,000 a year from his social media presence. Oh yeah, and he's never edited a video. So this is one of these guys who he uses a software called OBS Studio, and it's open broadcaster software, something like that. It's free,
You
and
said OBS or OPS?
OBS. OB is in boy. It's it's free. You just download it. It's open source. You put it right on your computer, and then it'll basically turn your computer in, kind of like what we're doing here. It's just I'm broadcasting you guys through Zoom, but OBS just allows you to live stream, but you can also record, and it's kind of like those old movies where they would show like the control room at like a news station, and like, go camera A, camera B, now pull up this graphic. You can load all that stuff into OBS, and then just press a button on your. Actually, I've got this thing called a Stream Deck where I can just press a button on my Stream Deck, and it will pull up a different scene, pull up a different graphic. You can set all that stuff up. So Roy has that all set up, and he basically just gives a PowerPoint presentation every morning about the weather and forecast the weather for the day, for the week, for what's coming up for the winter. Sometimes he'll do like long-term forecasting, but he doesn't edit his content. He just hits record on OBS, takes his video when it's done, and then maybe trims off the beginning or the end if he has any problems with it. But then he uploads it to YouTube. And that's what he's been doing. He's built his YouTube channel just with these like very low effort uh videos, and he's crushing. Here's another guy, Austin Armstrong, Socialty Pro. Some of you guys might know who this guy is. He has done everything. He's built his entire social media presence with his cell phone. Doesn't have fancy equipment. It's all just shorts and his cell phone. And he was able to build a multi-million-dollar agency by creating a shorts strategy using his phone. Not only that, he had a couple of really crazy videos that took off. And you can see he gained 256,000 views or 256,000 subscribers in a month. Actually, most of these came within like a 4 or 5 day period of time. So he took his YouTube channel from 5,000 subscribers up to 300,000
With his cell
subscribers
phone. With his cell phone. No
with his
fancy
cell phone.
equipment.
No fancy equipment. Yeah, I'm this camera that I'm talking on right now. This whole setup is probably like $1,200. Um, and I'm again overkill. All he uses is a cell phone. So there are no excuses. Like everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone that shoots HD quality. I mean, unless you're one of those guys who's like, yeah, I use a flip phone. I'm not into the smartphone stuff. Then you're gonna have to spend some money. But everybody who's got an iPhone, a latest generation iPhone or a Samsung or whatever, it's high enough quality for you to do the exact same thing. To blow up a YouTube channel with shorts, blow up a social media presence with shorts. There's Austin sitting back, loving life. This is actually, I need to update this. He's got almost 600,000 subscribers now, from shorts, from cell phone quality stuff. He's absolutely destroyed it. Oh, that's weird. Uh, Strategy plus volume affects speed of growth. This is important. This is something important you guys should write down. Strategy plus volume affects speed of growth. You can create a video. You can create one video a week. You can create one video every other week or one video a month. But if you can create valuable content in volume, your speed of growth will you'll grow faster. We've got a client who's right now who's creating he does 4 videos a week, 4 long form videos a week, and then he does daily short form videos as well. And he's just cranking away. He's given the algorithm an opportunity every single day to take something and take off with it. So if you can create valuable content in volume, then you can grow faster. Another thing to write down: confusion kills channels. You need to make sure that your value proposition is like dialed in. Everybody knows exactly what you do. Uh, here's one of the things that comes up quite often. What if my content is boring? This is Great Lakes Dental Technology. They're one of the biggest suppliers of dental equipment in the world. They do things like they show you how to, create dental material. The reason I bring this up is because I used to be in the dental industry. I had a dental, an orthodontic lab where I would make orthodontic retainers for kids who are getting out of braces. And I was like, it's pretty boring. Like, it's not really interesting. Well, I decided to kind of make things interesting, and one day I made a fidget spinner out of retainers. As somebody's like mold from their mouth, and I just made a fidget spinner, put a ball bearing in there. This video ended up being one of my fastest growing videos at the time. I got like 17,000 views in a couple of hours on this video, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, nothing's ever grown that fast. Let's double down. So I incorporated a strategy called idea merging, where you just take something that is your profession mixed with something that's interesting. And then I created content that was very unique. Nobody else was creating content like this. So I doubled down and created a retainer that had a unicorn horn sticking out of it for my daughter. She was 11 or 12 at the time. I was like, hey, that'll be kind of fun. And so you put this in their mouth, and it's got this like unicorn horn that sticks out. You definitely like jack up your teeth if you wear it for very long. But the point is like, it's interesting. This is something that's new. Nobody's ever done this before. This video got almost 3 million views. I'll show you how much money it made here in just a minute too. Double down again. This is a mermaid tail. Again, nobody was doing stuff like this because it's weird. It's merging ideas, retainers with art. Okay, here's another unicorn horn. Here's the whole horse's head. Double down. And this is my personal favorite, the turtle. You just made a retainer that looked like a turtle. You get the turtle head poking out there. But here's what was cool. This unicorn horn, 3 million views, made almost 6 grand. I think actually now it's probably over 6 grand. $6,000. I was getting paid $32 for every retainer that I'd make for an orthodontist. This one made me $6,000. It took me just as long as making anything else. So if I would have just continued to double down, triple down, quadruple down, and just make crazy retainers, I could have made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars just from ad revenue coming from this content.
Yeah, we're not even talking about if you just also sold them and people were buying them from you. That's just ad revenue.
Right. So here's yeah. So thanks for the lead in here, Devin. Here's what ended up happening. I would get all of these comments. Do you make customs? Hey, can you make me one if I pay for it? Notice you're in Texas. If you're in East Texas, I don't mind coming to where you are to order a retainer. Can you make me a retainer? Can I order like order request started coming in. Hundreds of comments like this started coming in. That's the power of YouTube. I couldn't make these retainers for everybody. They were novelty, and you have to be licensed. That's come from like a licensed orthodontist in order to do that. But this is where I was like, here's the switch for business owners. How can you create content that's so unique, that's so interesting, that merges ideas, that takes something boring, makes it interesting, and gets you people who are like, I want to order from you. I want what you're selling. That's what we teach, and that's what the whole point of this is. It's like, if you guys can create content that's interesting, that based off of good ideas, you can get comments like this. And if you have a way to channel those comments into your business, game over. Like nobody can keep up with you. Okay, start creating. You need to impact on an emotional level, right? So the retainers, the emotional level that I impacted on was this is very interesting, right? It was curiosity based. Back to this thumbnail here. Russell, when I got this image of Russell, I mean, there like we did all sorts of like processing and stuff to it, but the thing that really put it over the edge was I added a little bit of red in his eyes to make him look emotional because I knew that if I could impact an audience at an emotional level, they're more likely to click. And this video ended up being one of the best in the series, uh, simply because the click-through rate was higher, simply because we added emotion in the eyes. Emotion grabs curiosity. Emotion creates curiosity and gets people to click. Here's another video we did for Operation Underground Railroad. This is actually a really fascinating story. This girl here on the right, she was actually taken from the hospital. She was born in Eastern Europe. When she was born, her parents were told that she died, and she was sold to an adoption agency. The adoption agency didn't realize, but at the time, but she was sold and adopted by a family in the United States who had no idea that she was kidnapped. And after, I think, 26 years, she was reunited with her biological mother. And it was a really powerful story. Ended up getting over 1 million views. But it's because we're impacting at an emotional level. The mom is crying. We've got this text over here. She was sold. The questions that are asked her, who sold her? Who bought her? What happened? Impact at an emotional level, guys. Another one, 3,000 people rescued. There's an emotion here. What happened to this girl? Who did this to her? Why is she hurt? What happened to her legs?
Is this a thumbnail? Are these thumbnails that
These
you're
are
showing?
YouTube thumbnails. Yeah, these are
Got it.
YouTube
So
thumbnails.
everybody's clear. This is like when you're on YouTube and you see the front picture of the video.
Yep.
This is what makes people click more. I just want to make sure you guys aren't missing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So having your titles, we talked about titles before, having your titles and your thumbnails dialed in is crucial to success on YouTube. Okay, here's the spider, right? Impact and emotional level. People who are arachnophobic. They've got arachnophobia. They look at this and they're like, "Ugh, that's disgusting." But there's also the question of, is this real? And spoiler alert, no, it's not real. But but the point is like you keep people guessing, get people to ask a question, they got to watch the video in order to get their question answered. Human connection. No, we're running low on time, so I'm gonna kind of breeze through some of this stuff. But human connection is another thing that is crucial to your success on YouTube. You need to build a relationship with your audience. Maybelline New York, here's juxtaposition here, two channels that do the same thing. Maybelline New York is a multi-billion-dollar a year company. They've got just over 300,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. $1 billion company, 300,000 subscribers. Most of those came from ads too. I mean, if you look at their content, it's like it gets a few thousand views per video. Then you have Nikki Tutorials, who's got 14 million subscribers. They both do makeup tutorials. The reason Nikki Tutorials is crushing it is because she's a human. People can empathize with her. People can build a relationship with her. You can't build a relationship with a logo. You can't build a relationship with Maybelline New York, who's like trying to, it's like $1 billion, they've got $1 billion influence that just feels like
There's no
off.
relatability, right? There's no human
Correct.
connection. But they're like, it's just too far away. Like, that will never be me. Oh, and this is a very important lesson for every single one of you who don't think that, hey, well, I'm not that brand. Why would somebody listen to me? Because I know you're all thinking that. That's the reality, right? Whether you want to admit it, a lot of you won't start this because you're going to tell yourself nobody will care about what I say on video, right? I'm not that person. Like, I know a lot of you are saying that in your mind. This just explains and tells you right now that it's the opposite. So take action. I just wanted to make sure I added that point, Scott.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So how do we build human connection? Well, we do that through storytelling. This was a guy we worked with, Spencer Macomb. He had an idea for building a YouTube channel with just hiring it out on Fiverr. I was like, cool, yeah, turn it into a story, and I helped him map it all out, and it ended up becoming his highest viewed video on his YouTube channel. 800,000 views. Then when I screenshotted, it's probably closer to a million now. But it's relatable. He's telling a story. He's walking people through a process. Like it's interesting. Again, the twins, storytelling, storytelling, storytelling. Like everything is storytelling. That's how we blew them up from 13,000 subscribers to 450,000 is all through storytelling. Everything is through storytelling. Here's this one again. Storytelling. It's all storytelling. You impact through storytelling. You create connection through storytelling. All right, let's quickly talk about lead automation here before we close out. Here's this channel I was telling you guys about earlier, the one where we filmed for 5 months. We released content. You can kind of see here. This is like from zero. She started spiking about 4 months in. She's getting 7,500 views a day, and then she quit. She's like, I can't do this. This is too hard. Well, any other social media platform, you quit, you die. She quit and she kept getting 2,500 views a day, 2,000 to 3,000 views every single day. And she was selling product every single day. She has a YouTube channel called The Lice Lady. And it's kind of gross, but she removes head lice from kids' heads and
My
then
goodness. Like my
sells
oh well,
product.
my business isn't interesting. Come on, imagine if you had a business for removing headlights. Imagine what limiting beliefs you would have then. And she's doing it.
Well, it was funny. Yeah, I started working with her and she's like, nobody wants to watch this. I was like, you kidding me? Everybody who has a kid who's ever had head lice is going to want to watch this because if you have to deal with that, like you want to burn your mother effing house down. Like you, it's like it's gross. You want to get rid of the head lice as soon as possible you possibly can. So people are coming to her in crisis. People are watching her in crisis, and they're buying her products because they're in crisis mode. Here are her numbers. Over the course of a couple of years, she had 946,000 views. She had 447 sales. It's 4/10,000ths of percent purchase rate. I talked to you guys about 1/10,000th of a percent purchase rate. She was getting 4/10,000ths of percent purchase rate. So 4 and 10,000 were buying her product. Here I throw these in here too, just so you guys can see this kind of wrapping things up. Um, these are some of our clients' real time numbers just from well, I guess this is from last year, but these are our some of our clients' our AdSense revenue. These guys are already doing $1 million plus in their business from YouTube. On top of that, $180,000 a year just in ad revenue. Like, who wouldn't want to take that? I would take that. Here's another one, 103. I think this was the plumbers did $103,000 on top of $2.5 million that they did from lead generation. So again, this is a full-time salary. This is like people can, I mean, that's pretty good income for a lot of folks. Here's Quasi. He's one of our clients. He's actually got 780,000. Man, I gotta update a lot of these. 780,000 subscribers now. But he's a business coach. And he creates one video a week, gets a couple 100,000 views on his videos. And you can see here he went from spending $20,000 a month on ads to getting paid $15,000 from YouTube. Went from booking 200 sales calls to over 500 calls booked, and doubled his revenue with YouTube. Like just crushing it. So here's your slap in the face moment, you guys. If you're not doing YouTube, ask yourself why not. You should be. If your competition's doing YouTube and you're not, they're going to have an advantage. And so everything that I've taught here today, hopefully has shown you like, hey, this isn't rocket science. You just need to have some of these things put in place. Just need some of these things. You just need to figure some of these things out personally, so that way you can set some time aside every day to film content. It's worth it. It will drive business, and you will get leads. You're the only person that's holding yourself back if you're not doing YouTube, if you're not doing social media in general. We've got a newsletter we do weekly. It's free. We do weekly video ideas, viral video ideas. If you guys are interested in subscribing to that, here's a QR code for it.
Guys, pay attention to what he just did. Right? You do not want to miss this, right? Getting people to opt in, newsletters. How many times have I told everybody about the importance of getting emails, right? Or getting subscribers, right? You're learning and you're seeing it from some of the top marketers or people who market for the top entrepreneurs in the world, and they're doing it, right? So we got to start acting like this, right? Be champion before you become a champion, right? Start acting the way these people act, and then you will eventually be doing the results that they have, right? So don't miss like what he just did right here too, because everything's intentional.
I mean, I think the thing is like you're 100% right, Devin. Everything you do want to collect emails because the people who are interested in there are people who are going to be genuinely interested in your product, and if you have something that is valuable, like I have everything that I do has been time tested. Like it's just information, just data that I'm like consuming and then processing and then spitting out for people in a simplified manner. Um, and for me, it's like if you don't take it, I don't care. Like yeah, like it doesn't bother me um because we get subscribers to our newsletter from all sorts of places. It's just a resource for people to learn more. And then, obviously we sell products and services as well. So if anybody ever wants to work with us, that's fine as well. But the point is like I believe in the value of our stuff. I wouldn't promote anything that I didn't think was going to be valuable for people.
No doubt about it, man. So there's been a lot of chat in the group too. A lot of people saying, "Man, that's great stuff." So for those that, man, I got to record content. Well, one, I want to give a plug for some of the people in the harvest. We got Ryan, we got Sean who can do copywriting. So if you're like, man, I need the content, and then I can maybe hit up Scott about like how to amplify this. You have the resources in here at a high level. Some business owners in here already have a ton of professional video content to where that's where you start. Some of you who are doing the work that what we talk about consistently, even using your phone, some of you also have a lot of video content that if you stored in an album on your phone, you can start there too. So some of you already have a lot of stacked video content, professional or iPhone. So maybe, it's all about doing the work off the call. Maybe this week you gather that all together and be like, okay, this is my starting point. Right. But again, just start. So if you guys have anybody have any last questions before we sign off, I'll give it a couple more minutes. I know we're getting over 8 o'clock right now, but does anybody have any specific questions? Hold on. You guys can talk. I see. Martino, did you unmute?
Yeah, I did. Good morning. Thanks, Scott, for coming on. This is really hand in hand for what I'm doing with my podcast. And I wanted to ask quickly, is there anything I should do differently if I have a podcast format? Anything I can do differently?
So podcasting is one of the content strategies that I'd say shorts is actually really beneficial. Clipping your podcast down into shorts, sharing those shorts across social media is going to be an important part of your growth. We had one of our clients who was doing a podcast and he clipped a short from it, and the short ended up getting 20 million views, and it blew up his podcast. He went from 0 to 18,000 subscribers within a couple of months on his YouTube channel. So having shorts that you're clipping from your podcast is going to be an important part of your strategy.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, guys, listen, I hope you found this as valuable as I did. I'm excited to get started. I'm immediately going to be chatting with Scott because why? Because I have a ton of assets that I've already recorded. And I tell you guys all the time, video is currency. When you stack these assets, you can have them forever, and you never know when you have an opportunity to repurpose them. So continue to stack assets, continue to do these videos, continue to invest in you and your brand. And this is just another way of investing into your brand that you can get residual. Like when we talk about residual income, meaning that you put something out and you can consistently get paid without having to do the work twice. This is an avenue. This is how you can potentially leave legacy to your kids. Right? If you are willing to get out of your comfort zone, operate in uncertainty, which is what we talked about in the Deep Roots group the other day, and know that is there going to be like Scott, in 15 days, am I going to make my money back? Scott, like, no. And it's funny, Brian even said it. It takes consistent effort and faith that the channel will get there. You guys, everybody has to learn to get comfortable operating in uncertainty, or else you're never going to see your potential, because you're never going to take action and you're always going to be living in the what ifs, right? And that's not what we do in the harvest. And this is why a lot of you are getting a lot of good progress, because you have the comfort of this community. We hear from people like Scott. And slowly, a lot of you are getting comfortable operating in uncertainty. And then sure enough, you start seeing things that would have never happened because you took those steps. So Scott, thank you so much for hopping on with the harvest. Guys, please share the call, right? Get more people in here so you can add value to your community and people you care about and business owners that you know, because this can really, really help them. And the easiest way to do it is just by hitting the share button, doing an Instagram story or a Facebook, sharing with people what you're doing. I see a lot of you guys do that, and I appreciate it. And it always turns into somebody asking about the harvest, so we can add more great people in your lives in this community that you can work with and do business with. And man, Scott, thanks. And just one last reminder before we sign off, guys, the Harvest Live event, I do want to give an exciting update that we do have UFC legend and champion Eddie Alvarez. He's going to be a speaker at our Harvest Live event at the end of this month, and I'm going to drop it in the group. A way that you can add value to your community is invite people to this event. It's open to the public for you all, but it's going to be an incredible one. So, Scott, thank you so much. Make sure to follow Scott, subscribe to his newsletter, connect with him on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Scott, you have anything else before we sign off? Or are we all good to go?
If you guys have any additional questions, you can hit me here at scott@rafidi.com. That's my email address.
Love it. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Kick some butt. Let me know how I can be of service for you. If you need any connections, resources, or whatever. And have an amazing day, guys. Crush it. See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Dave.